Miadźviedzičy is a small village in the southwest of Belarus. The nearest town, Lithuania, is approximately 7.5 miles away. Vilnius is more than 128 miles away. And Florida is over 5,400 miles away across the ocean. As of today, no more than 100 people live in Miadźviedzičy. On Sunday afternoon, there is no one on the streets. However, people live in these parts from the earliest times. The name of the settlement comes from the word Miadźviedzičy. This is how bears that lived in the local forests at that time are called in Belarusan. The first written mention of Miadźviedzičy, known to us, dates back to 1483. What was that time like? This region was part of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, a large and strong European state. Many residents of the duchy still remembered their grandparents' stories about the pagan priests, Kriwi. Still, Christianity, both Orthodox and Roman Catholic, had already become the main religion in the duchy. A cathedral was built on the site of a destroyed pagan temple in Vilnia, now, Vilnius. In the heart of the Catholic world, the Sistine Chapel, in Rome, in the year 1483 the first Holy Mass took place. But there were no frescoes by Michelangelo there yet. In the same year, 1483, Raphael Santi was born, an Italian painter of the High Renaissance. And Martin Luther, the initiator of the Reformation that forever changed the Christian world. During the same years, the emperor and commander Aztec successfully expanded the borders of the Aztec Empire, Central America, to the south and the east. But the Europeans did not know about this. There were still 9 years left before Columbus discovered America. The capital of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania was the city of Vilnia, today's Vilnius. And Miadźviedzičy was the Vilnian bishop's property. In 1483, Bishop Andrzej Haskevich of Vilnia founded a Catholic parish in Miadźviedzičy. Then, the first Roman Catholic church was built there. We do not know what the first church in Miadźviedzičy looked like. In 1521, during the Crimean Tatars attack, the village and the church were destroyed. In the mid-16th century, a wooden Roman Catholic church was built, which operated until 1886. The authorities of Tsarist Russia, that occupied these lands in 1793, liquidated the parish and closed the church. Only 20 years later were local residents able to obtain permission from the authorities to resume services in the church. The condition of the wooden building was so poor that it could not be used. Therefore, they decided to dismantle the old wooden church and to build a new stone one in its place. In 1908, a new brick church of Saints Peter and Paul was built in the village according to the design of the famous architect Stefan Schiller. This is a three-nave basilica, the central nave of which ends with a pentagonal altar. The main facade of the temple has a tiered composition with elegant volutes. The building is completed by a two-storied tower with a high-faceted tented roof. In 1918, the young deacon Piotr Tatarynovič began conducting services in the church in the Belarusan language. The parishioners listened to his sermons with great interest. Piotr Tatarynovič actively participated in the Belarusan national religious movement. He founded and published the Belarusan Catholic magazine, Zgnich, that is, Sacred Fire. In 1950, he organized the Belarusan service of Vatican Radio. Translated into Belarusan and published most of the New Testament. During the Soviet times, an underground Catholic seminary operated at the Peter and Paul Church. The local priest Vaslav Piankuski trained young people for priesthood. Nowadays, the church is the main landmark of the small village of Miadźviedzičy, drawing the attention of tourists. Since 2019, organ music enthusiasts have regularly come to Miadźviedzičy for concerts at the annual festival, Ars Magna Organi. In conclusion, here are a few interesting facts about organs. The organ is one of the oldest musical instruments. Its prototypes include ancient instruments such as the bagpipes, the pan flute, and the Chinese sheng. In the 8th century, the organ was regarded as a symbol of imperial power. It was played at the coronation of Charlemagne. The organ of that time is depicted in an illustration from the Utrecht Psalter, a manuscript created in a Benedictine monastery around 820 to 835. The oldest functioning organ, dating back to around 1435, is believed to be the instrument in the Basilica of Our Lady of Valier in the Swiss city of Schaun. The organ is also one of the largest musical instruments and only one person can enter. The largest musical instrument in the world is the organ of the Boardwalk Concert Hall in Atlantic City. The length of its largest pipe is about 18 meters, and it is made of reinforced concrete. The facade of the organ, its outer part visible to listeners, is usually richly decorated. Inside the organ are keyboards, manuals, for the hands, a pedal keyboard for the feet, air chambers, bellows, pipes of various sizes and materials, and a system of levers and rods connecting the keyboards to the valves that control the air supply to the pipes. The pipe organ in the Church of Saints Peter and Paul in Miadźviedzičy was built by the Vilnian master Piotr Tatarynovič in 1912 and restored in 2020. The organ has 924 pipes, ranging in size from a few centimeters to 5 meters in height. It occupies 2 floors of the church. In total, over 120 ancient pipe organs have been preserved in Belarusan churches. Let's bid farewell to the Miadźviedzičy. And what comes next?